in a world where intelligence begets ignorance? What's going on in a world where you have some of you who are so easily could show stupidity, yet don't have the courage to show intelligence? I am in that world. I am a product of that world. And the only way that I can change that world is believing in education. It will take education to change the future. For the future belongs to those who are prepared for it today. My first thought of education, and it changed me, was when I was a young girl living in the ghetto. Through books, I was able to escape. All of those things was in my environment that were full of despair. I went to educational institutions, those things we call schools, and I believed in those who were no more knowledgeable than me. I paid attention, and when I learned from them, my mind changed. My mind changed to the point to where education was the key to success for me to get away from that ghetto. And I believe that education is the key to success, for I am that door, ready to be opened. My name is Maria Bennett, and this is my senior portfolio. I come from a trash can called West Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A trash can that was filled with blocks and blocks of dilapidated buildings that had people who had lost souls, lost hopes, and lost dreams. It would have been easy, very easy, for me to base all my misconceptions and my shortcomings on where I came from, just scream out all loudly, I'm a product of my environment. The truth of the matter was, I'm not a product of my environment. I'm a product of my imagination. And from living in West Philadelphia, I did learn that education can allow me to escape this ghetto. But it wasn't going to fall out of the sky. I had to create a work ethic, a strong work ethic that allowed me to focus on my responsibilities in changing who I was as a person within this environment. A philosophy and a work ethic that was filled with expectations that I had of myself to where I could change. Creating those goals, okay, of the number one goal of becoming the woman that God intended. Sharing my gift of writing and words with those that were around me so that they believe as well in education. But number one, sharing my gift of wanting to teach. But before that could even happen, I had to come to this educational institution called Lovejoy High School, and I had to put in the work. And once I put in the work, at the end, I could submit my letter of application, my letter to graduate. But it didn't stop right there. There was a lot of things that went into play. One of those was my cover letter. Because people didn't know who I was and they first see me on paper, the number one thing I had to do was show people what I had to offer. I am the product. I had to show them my contributions, how I could be an asset, what it is that I bring to the table. And nothing more, when I sent in my letter, my cover letter, is to make sure that I ask for an opportunity to interview. Along with my cover letter, I sent in my resume. My resume displayed on what I did as far as my academic preparation in order to get me ready for that opportunity. It also displayed the credentials and my education that I needed to set me up for that opportunity. The internships that I took and the jobs that I took, the affiliations that I made so I was able to network, and the skills that I obtained in order to put me up and have me ready for that opportunity. No one's going to give me an opportunity and I'm not ready to take that opportunity. Then it's a matter of them showing who I am. They don't know who I am. The first time that they see me, they will see me on paper. So who to go best? Those who know me best would be my references, letters of recommendation. I put together a brag sheet so other people would see what it is that I've done, what are my highlights, what are my qualities, so other people will be able to point out my strong points and my contributions and what it is that I had to offer. They'll be able to tell those who made those calls that not only am I diligent in my intent, but I'm also effective, that I can multitask, okay, that I know how to follow a directive, and that I'm extremely prompt. And when they make those calls to those people, my personal references, my professional references are able to tell them, yes, she is of excellent caliber. Yes, she is a good caliber. And if she isn't, then she is teachable. She can learn, and she only an asset, but can enhance her craft. The academic summary allows me not only to show my depth of knowledge through all the courses that I have, but to make me a well-rounded individual. It is through the courses of math, science, economics that I learn not only about myself, but I also learn about the world that I live in. And learning about the world that I live in allows me to step into that world and to understand the different processes that make that world work, that world that I'm going to be around me. It creates my intellectual growth into becoming an adult, so that I think like an adult, I function like an adult, and I can contribute as an adult. Now, understanding that I do all this stuff in order to prepare myself, I'm not one of those that's delusional. I do understand that every opportunity that comes my way may not lead to a yes. I do understand also that because I get that no, doesn't mean that everything after that will be a no. I understand that every no can lead to a yes. And so in understanding that, even though I get a no, I need to be humble. I need to stay grateful. I need to be appreciative of everybody else's efforts and time that they gave me in order to consider me for that opportunity. And in doing so, and showing my appreciation, it is imperative that I send thank you letters to those who allowed me their time and their effort, and even just considering me. Because when I send the thank you letters, those thank you letters just possibly turn into a yes. And when you show appreciation of others, others will show appreciation of you towards your awards and towards your accolades. And whether it be paying attention to your athletic skills and giving you MVP awards, okay, paying attention to your academics where you obtain honor roll awards, perfect attendance awards, most definitely scholarship awards where people will give you money just for what you know. And my ultimate award as an educator is to become Teacher of the Year. Yet I also know that none of this would be possible. None of it is possible at all if I don't show up. If I'm not there to receive the knowledge, I won't get it. If I'm not there for the opportunities, I won't get it. So attendance is extremely important. Attendance does matter. And you can see my percentages from 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and into 12th grade. I've tried to maintain not only a perfect attendance rate, but stay in the high 90s, so I am there to get what I need so I can move forward. So attendance does matter, and it's important that I show up, and when I do show up, that I show out. Well, as I stated before, no one will believe what you say. People will believe what you do. And at the point after 13 years being in the educational system, for me to get those opportunities that others do want to give me, it is imperative that I show my utmost knowledge and intellect in the SAT scores and the ACT scores. Knowledge is power. Now, Clayton County expects you to be a well-rounded individual. Outside of being a well-rounded individual, they expect you to come with 5 different elements of what it means to be a well-rounded individual before you leave their educational institution. And that comes in being an effective communicator, an effective problem solver. It comes in being a group contributor. It also comes in being a responsible citizen and a lifelong planner. What I've learned about being an effective communicator is that I have matured my articulation on an adult level by increasing my vocabulary. I've learned to be an effective problem solver by solving conflict positively, both internally and externally. I've learned to be a group contributor, which was the hardest one for me, and learning how to collaborate with other people, whether I like them personally or whether I don't like them personally, but just focusing on getting the task accomplished. Being a responsible adult as far as being unselfishly helping people. Unselfishly, just to be doing it just to do it because they needed it without expecting anything in return and giving back to others. And most importantly, being a lifelong learner. Continuing my education because as we know, as we continue to grow and this world grows, technology is going to change a lot on how we conduct ourselves within our field. Life creates a circle. And the biggest thing that you can do is when you're able to uplift somebody, that you turn around and uplift that person as well. Okay? None of us can walk this planet without somebody's help. And at some point, when we achieve the things we achieve, it's only right that we complete that circle by turning back around and helping another. And how we can do that as a young person is through community service. One way that I've learned to give back as far as community service is that I tutor middle school students in their writing because I'm a very good writer, so I help others become a very good writer. I also at my local local library created a book club where kids and older people can come and we can share books and then talk about them and discuss them later. What I learned most about community service, and I think this is the most significant thing, is that when you get, you give. And when you learn, you teach. The main reason that I want to become an educator. My research project took me into a lot deeper level in understanding what it means to be an educator. I understand that there's a lot of schooling that I have to put in. It's not just going to stop at a bachelor's degree. It will go into a master's degree. And for me to do that, I have to go to college. So in the fall, I will be attending Spelman University. Spelman University has one of the best educational programs in the country. Outside of that, it does offer both the bachelor's degrees and the master's degrees for me to work hard in mastering my craft. And more importantly, I have to learn from those who are more knowledgeable than me. And one of the persons that I learned from who's more knowledgeable than me is Ms. Charnay Tunson, who is the principal of Endeavors Middle School. In my interview with her,
Students, please pardon the interruption. At this time, teachers, please release those students, those 10th grade students for whom we received blue passes yesterday with the time stated on it is 2 p.m. to the media center. Again, please release those students for whom we received blue passes yesterday for their 2 p.m. session in the media center. Thank you.
in my interview with Ms. Tunson, I learned that I possess power. She told me, Maria, that understand that by you becoming an educator, that you possess the power to change the world. And when I asked her, how do I do that? She said, Maria, you possess the power to change the world because you will be teaching all those professions that will change the world. But I have to be serious in it. And no step in my effort of becoming an educator can be taken lightly. When someone sees me, their first impression is how I look. And the professionalism doesn't start in my articulation when I open my mouth. My professionalism starts in my attire. If I show up looking serious, then more than likely, other people will take me seriously as well. But if I show up looking like a joke, more than likely, I will be treated like a joke. So please understand what my purpose is as far as becoming an educator. Because I've come to understand in this flight of mine that my deepest fear is not that I'm adequate. My deepest fear is that I'm powerful beyond measure. And I'm not frightened by my darkness. More likely I'm frightened by my lightness. Because who am I to think that I'm not fabulous, that I'm not intelligent, and I'm not courageous? As a matter of fact, who am I not to think that? Me playing small will not serve the world at all. So I ask you, my deepest fear is not that I'm inadequate. My deepest fear is that I'm powerful beyond measure. And everything that I want to become is just on the other side of the field. All I gotta do is step over and become the woman that